Alright, so the next problem we're going to do is problem number 6, which says a bullet leaves a rifle with a muzzle velocity of 521 meters per second. While accelerating through the barrel of the rifle, the bullet moves a distance of 0.84 meters. Determine the acceleration of the bullet. So let's write down what we know. So we know that the final velocity is 521 meters per second. And we also know that the displacement is 0.840 meters. Then the other thing that we can know is we know that because the bullet starts at rest, the initial velocity is going to be 0. So then we're going to use the same equation that we used for the kangaroo problem, which is v squared final equals v squared initial plus 2 times the acceleration times displacement. So at that point we just have to substitute things in. So we end up getting 521 squared, which is 271,441. 0 squared, which is just 0. 2 times, and then we know that the displacement is 0.840. And then what we're looking for is the acceleration. So we're going to try to be solving this for a. So then what you end up doing is you can divide, this is just going to go away because it's 0. So we're going to divide both sides by 2 times 0.840. And we end up getting acceleration equals equals 161,572 meters per second squared, which is the answer to part 1 of that problem.
Okay, so after you find the acceleration, the next part of the problem is how much time does the bullet spend in the barrel? So you're looking for time, and we're going to use a different equation. So the equation that we're going to use is that V final, or actually here, let's see. Yeah, V final is equal to V initial, so the initial velocity, plus acceleration times time. And so in the past problem, past part of the problem, we already found acceleration, and we know that the final velocity, which is the muzzle velocity, is 521 meters per second. No squared. And then we also know that the initial velocity, since it wasn't even moving yet, was 0 meters per second, plus the acceleration, which we found to be 161,572 meters per second squared, times the time, which is still an unknown for us. So basically, to find out the time, we just have to solve the equation. So the 0 ends up canceling out, and then we're going to divide both sides by 161,572. So meters per second squared. Emma Thompson, you're messing me up. Meters per second squared. So these obviously cancel out. And then we're going to end up with T is equal to 0.0032 seconds, which makes sense because it's leaving a bullet. It doesn't spend much time there.